Here we are. All right, good evening, everybody. I see us, and I see us in the chat room, so we can see the chat room here. I got to make sure my audio's down, and then we're going to go. So welcome, everybody, to Scotty Talks About. I'm back after knee surgery. I need it. So we're welcome. So tonight I have a very, very special guest, and we just realized that we were doing radio 8 years ago together, and we got a kind of reunion tonight, and we can actually see each other instead of talking. Bob Cenkner is here tonight. Bob, welcome.
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing great, man. How are you?
I am doing awesome. I was trying to get on Facebook so I can see the chat room, but as usual.
Yeah, maybe you have to do it on your phone when we go to here. But so we're going to start out tonight because Bob and I used to host the show called The Buzz on the Z Talk Radio Network, and the Z Talk is still up. We still have shows. Dr. Dim is still there after all these years. He's been
Really
the only continuous show, so that's been amazing. But I have some fun stuff that I had prepared for us. So this is the opening of Bob and I's show from 8/20/2012.
Here's another spooky treat. There's a station that beats all the competition, and we'll prove it as soon as we hear any competition.
You're listening to Z Talk Radio Network.
There once was a boy wizard whose name was Larry Smarter.
Larry, why weren't you a Professor Dick-and-Doodle's mythical creature
this?
classification class? Well, I'm taking Algebra 2 in a foreign language. Oh, so you can talk to unicorns? Not exactly, unless they're French.
Larry wanted to go to college, so he visited knowhowtogo.org to find the classes he really needed. Getting into college doesn't happen magically. Learn more at knowhowtogo.org.
Brought to you by the American Council on Education, Lumina Foundation for Education, and the Ad Council.
We give those other guys the finger.
You're listening to Z Talk Radio Network.
First there came radio, and it was good. Then it got bad. Then there came satellite radio, and it was okay. Then it got too expensive and kind of sucked. Now there is something new, something better, something free. Stitcher Radio for the iPhone and BlackBerry. With Stitcher, you can hear all the shows and podcasts you can imagine, rate them, and build your own station. No downloading, no syncing, no problem. Just pick a station to get started, like American news and politics. Now, look at the shows you have to pick from. Pick one and start listening. Like it, make a favorite, then start your own station. Don't like it, thumb it down.
Don't start your own station. Just watch us.
Thumb it up to find more like it. Plus, you can search and find your favorite podcasts. We have over 1,000 shows to pick from.
So 8 years ago.
The natural evolution in audio listening. And it's free.
I didn't have time to cut out all the ads, so unfortunately it's the beginning of the show.
And now a message to our competitors. Thanks for tuning us in.
We had a lot of ads.
But then again, so was appendicitis.
You're listening to The Buzz from 9 to midnight Eastern on the Z Talk Radio Network.
On the go and missing another one of your favorite Z Talk shows? Now you don't have to. Simply go to the Google Play Store on your Android phone and download the Z Talk Radio app. The best part is, it's absolutely free. That's Z Talk Radio, only found in your Google Play Store on your Android phone. Download it today.
Come on, where's the show
Are you
open?
troubled by strange noises in the middle of the night? Do you experience feelings of dread in your basement or attic? Have you or any member of your family ever seen a spook, specter, or ghost? If the answer is yes, then don't wait another minute. Pick up your phone and call the professionals. Spooky Scotty Investigations. Our courteous and efficient staff is on call 24 hours a day at 262-ORB-BITT or email us at scotty@spookyscotty.com for all your supernatural needs.
We're ready to believe you. Remember this, Bob?
is a Spooky Scotty production.
Sounds so techno.
This is a production of the Z-Talk Radio Network. The views expressed and opinions given by the individual hosts and their guests do not necessarily reflect those of Z-Talk Radio, its affiliates, or sponsors.
Live on demand and on the internet. The Buzz on ZTalkRadio.com with your hosts, Scotty Moore and Bob Cenkner. Be part of the action. Interact with your hosts by calling 262
Don't call.
672
Phone lines are not open.
Yeah.
or 262 OREBIT or email us at Scotty@SpookyScotty.com. Now your hosts, Scotty and Bob on ZTalkRadio.com.
Remember those guys, Bob?
Yeah, I'm surprised people waited this long to get to our show. Good God.
I know. We were sitting there chatting all the time. We spent all the time like texting each other going, I got to go to the bathroom, play another commercial. I didn't get home. I got to get something to eat. We spent a lot of time doing this when we were on our show.
Yeah, we never listened to that because we were usually taking our cliff notes from our producers of if it's someone we didn't know.
Yeah.
Remember?
Who we're going to talk to tonight.
Yeah. Remember? And they made, essentially, if it was someone with a book, they gave us cliff notes, so we have to read the book. Oh, we were
Thank
bad.
God for Amy. Amy was amazing. So.
Oh my God, she was awesome. Because there was a lot of times we had no clue what this person was doing. Then she would give us a little rundown, and we were like, and we sound like geniuses.
Yeah. What is fun is my new show here is exactly like the Buzz. Just Bob or just me talking with whoever comes on. And tonight's Bob. I'm so happy.
You're sure we're live, right? Because I looked on Facebook and I didn't see us anywhere.
Oh, we're on the Shadow Hunters paranormal page.
Oh, I looked at yours. Hold on.
Shadow Hunters Paranormal Investigations and Events. And then that's where we're live.
You know, if you shared a link on your page to people, that might
I
help.
did. I had it on our poster for cripe's sake. Anyway,
Shadow
welcome to the Buzz reunion tonight.
There we are.
Yeah, see? You can see us there.
Is there a
That's a
chat room?
Ghostbusters reference and us yelling at other radio stations. We had a good time. We did 3 hours every Monday night. 3 hours, Bob. How the hell did we do that?
I don't know. I thought it was the best when you got us on radios in England.
Yeah, wasn't that cool?
Yeah, they had to be like, who the hell are these dumb Americans? The stuff we would talk about.
I mean, we would talk about the happiest crap. I mean, I think this show that we had that I played the intro to was me talking about my cousin's wedding.
Yeah.
with the Milwaukee Polish sausages that came in, the Clement sausage, because my cousin married one of the Clements, and so they had the racing hot dogs and brats and Polish sausage and chorizo and all type of stuff there. Remember that night? That was funny. We had some great times.
We had tons of fun. I think the story
That was one of our ads. That was one of our ads. Tons of fun. So you're remembering it?
still promoting.
Yeah, still doing it after 8 years later.
I like the ad for the BlackBerry. That dates it right there.
Yeah, no, did it?
Imagine someone just set in the show right now and they're like, BlackBerry? What? They're back?
No.
I'm looking to see. I see some people saying hi in that.
Okay.
Someone said nice Ghostbusters reference.
We have Tina's there. Devin's there. Hi, Devin. Hi, Alma. Hi, guys from Shadow Hunters. Hi, Greg.
Oh,
Oh,
someone
Greg.
says
Greg knows more about you than I do. How do you know Greg?
I don't know. I'm looking.
Greg Cos?
No, he knows more about me from you.
Oh. Got it. Now I
Did
understand.
you take your meds tonight?
I haven't.
Or did you take your meds for your knee surgery and you're all high as a kite, right?
Yeah, I'm just no, I didn't. I'm off now, unfortunately. But yeah, this my knee surgery. Thanks for bringing that up. My knee surgery went really well. I went to the doctor yesterday to get the stitches out after a week, and I had to go to therapy. And the therapist said that I don't have to go back because she saw me progressed well enough in a week already for it. So it still has the dull roar on it, but it's way less pain than it was when um, before the surgery. So I had rips, tears, and they had to shave down my knee bone. I think they call it the patella bone in there, and they had to shave it down because that was ripping a lot of my other tendons and stuff. And I don't know, too much stuff made money. I never know that.
I have a little bit of sympathy for you, but I warned you years ago, you're not getting younger. You got to put a pillow down before you drop on your knees there. I told you this.
That's how I move up in the world.
Yeah. I told you, you're not getting any younger.
I know I'm not. I'm getting way older. Almost 55, Bob. Can you believe that? 8 years ago when I was in my 40s. Wow.
I know. I was just saying next year I turned the big 50, so I was in my
42.
Yeah, I was 42, early 40s.
Yeah, wow. Look at us.
You know what's funny? A lot's changed in the world, but not me and you hanging out. It seems like we were talking about it earlier. It seems like we've just been off the air a few months. We're like, hey, all right, we're back.
We're back. Back on the air after knee surgery. We're ready to go. Let's hit it
Yeah.
up. 8 years later. So, it's amazing.
Remember I made those banners? You went on vacation or something. I made the banner, the little emoji faces.
Yeah.
And I had to put, I was telling my girlfriend, Tina, I had to make one because someone was talking shit or something. So I had to put, whether you like us or hate us, we're still going to rock.
Yeah.
I like putting my little passive aggressive messages up.
Yeah, I know. That's why we say, we're the network that gives the other guys the finger.
Yes.
There was a lot of that in those days. I mean, and unfortunately, it still hasn't changed. We're looking at it in the field now. There's still passive aggressive people. There's still people bitching about other people's, and what they've been able to accomplish and what they've done. I mean, but I've been so blessed to be in I look back. I mean, I first started on the air in 2008. See how many years ago that was, so.
I know. I think I started when I did Paranormal Wavelengths Live. I was started in like the end of 2009. I think it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's you think like, my God, that much time has flown by. It's just weird to think.
The crazy thing is we're using a lot of the same equipment, but now we get video. So that was cool. We always wanted to do video in the old days, but there was no such thing as that. I mean, we actually helped Skype develop itself, especially for audio. Remember, we had to do those settings all the time with Skype.
Oh,
and so Skype would ask us and we would say, hey, we need this to happen. And Skype goes, okay. And then they would create it. And so it was really cool to see that and be in there. But I mean, all the technology was that way back then.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like I did video for my show, but it was just, well, no, I used to bring people in, but it was hard because the bandwidth would barely hold, and I mean, just doing Skype when we brought someone in to talk, it would cut out on us.
Right.
We'd be like, hello. We also screw up sometimes after shows thinking the guest was gone. And we're lucky we weren't talking a lot of crap. We were just kind of the guy that sounded like Sheldon from the Big Bang. He was talking quantum physics.
He talked a whole hour by himself. Remember that?
Yep. And then remember he was talking and I made a comment. I go, so pretty much you're saying you got to stop and smell the roses. I knew you got it. And I messaged you. I'm a genius. You're like, up yours. You got lucky. And those used to be the days typing back and forth.
Oh,
see,
yeah.
now you can't get away. I mean, I admitted.
And now you'll see me typing.
Yeah. I admitted one time. I don't know if I actually told you this. I think I told you. We had an interview and I'm not a big book reader. And this person was blah, blah about their book. I clicked on, I was playing Madden football and I got my headset listening to you. Also, Bob, what do you think? And I'm like, oh, that sounds, yeah, good. Oh yeah. Just went along with back to Madden, which I know we're jumping around. Like, I know you're kind of rolling with my ADHD, but
I
you
love
got to
it.
be excited. Your Green Bay Packers.
I know they won. For first game.
Aaron
And
Rodgers made it like you're not pushing me out yet.
I think that's just hype to get the team going this year too. So I think it's a lot of it. So
Maybe light a fire under him again, you know?
no, because he's not been that great. I'm just telling you. So hopefully he'll keep playing like this year and try to get more money.
Yeah.
So Bob and I actually met at the we met before the Pensacola Faircon, but the first time we actually got to hang out was Pensacola Faircon. Remember that?
Yeah.
That
That
was
was
That was a
crazy.
fun event.
It was fun, but crazy. Do you mind me telling a story?
Go for it.
Me and Scotty were hanging out there, and Scotty goes, I'm going to do a psychic sweep through the building we were doing that night. And I go, can I come along? He's like, yeah, I need someone to come along to verify things later in the night. And then me and Scotty got paired up. So I was like, all right, works out perfect. Scotty walking around doing his little lightning rod, freaking hitting everything. I'm like, the hell? Well, actually, I didn't know yet because I hadn't seen you at work, but you were doing all this stuff. I'm like, all right. Me and Scotty come out, and that was the first time I met Brian Cano.
Right.
Because that was before he was on Haunted Collector. They were just doing, him and I think Chris were doing Scared.
Yeah, they were doing Scared on Z Talk.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So I met Brian and all them, and we come out, and we're like, where is everybody? And like, they moved everybody to the atrium. Like, what are we doing in an atrium? They go, come with us. Me and Scotty had to push through crowds of people.
Yeah, because
Eric had it open buying tickets right at the door. And there had to be like over 100 some people because each group had like 30. There was 4 of us, right? Or 4 or 5 groups. Yeah. And me and you had like 30 people in our group.
We did. It was huge.
It was crazy. And I was so worried that people were going to like freaking.
Hi, Tina Marie.
Hi, Tina Marie. I haven't gotten to meet her in person yet. I thought I was gonna, but before I say that, so we come in and there's like 30 some people in our group.
Right.
And I don't know how we did it, but me and Scotty made it work where people were just ecstatic. And everything that Scotty did in our psychic sweep, people hit on it. And then Scotty go, Bob, let him know. I'd be like, that's where Scotty felt this, or we had someone had a spirit box.
Yeah, remember that? That was the coolest spirit box, and that was an early spirit box. I think that was a Radio Shack hack back then.
Yes, and I remember you said, "How did you?" I think you asked like, "How did you die here?" And the word "hung" came over the thing. We're like, and then you did it like 10 minutes later, just to prove a point. I think that you were right, and then it hung again. I was like, "What the frig?"
We had that happen twice because remember that. One of the guys' names came through too.
Yeah.
He said, my name is like Tim or whatever. I don't remember, but it was like a name. And then I said, okay, your name was, and I said something different. And he goes, no, Tim.
Yeah.
I was like, and everybody in our group was like, huh? He said it twice? How can you get a spirit box to say the same word twice? So that was pretty cool.
And it wasn't like within a minute or something. You talked about some other stuff. We were talking, and then all of a sudden you said it again, just like with the thing about the hung. That was within at least 5 minutes or more had passed, and then you asked again, and it came through.
Right.
The funniest part that night was we were like in the back room, and we're standing there. You're standing next to me. And all of a sudden, it sounded like someone took a metal pipe and hit it off other metal pipes. And
yes, I remember that.
Screamed. I'm like, what are you doing? It scared the crap out of me. What do? I go hauling ass out into the hall because I want to see. I thought someone was messing with us.
Yeah. I remember because it was right in my ear.
Yeah.
It was like right next to me. I was like, wow. Oh my God.
I don't think it was that deep. I think it was more like a
Maybe I got my undies in a bundle.
And I thought you were tougher than that after being left at a goth bar the night before.
Oh yeah, remember that? Rich Valdez and I. We went out to promote, and all these clubs and stuff were supposed to have us. So Rich and I get paired up, and we get dropped off at a goth bar, and I think it was bondage night or something like that.
Yeah,
it was pretty tough, and I'm sitting there in my my t-shirt and my sports coat and
And your camera, you had
Yeah.
your camera strapped around. You had your camera. You look like
I
Mr.
look like
Tourist.
yeah, I did look like a tourist. And I had a goth bar. And then I got to take some pictures of some bondage stuff. So that was kind of fun. So but nobody came and picked us up. We're only supposed to be there for a half hour to talk to people and get them to come to the show.
And who saved you?
Mr. Bob.
Thank God my ADHD clicked in. I'm shooting pool. And then all of a sudden something clicked in. Like, I look around. I'm like, damn, I haven't seen Rich or Scotty. Then I thought, did they ever pick him up? Hey, it was 2 hours. I'm sorry. It took me, I'm a little slower.
I know, but you told Erica and she was like, ah.
That was funny as heck.
But that was the night we met Amy because Amy was in our group.
Yes. And then she kept us in line that she made us look very smart. I admit that.
For many years. Her and Mackenzie.
Yes. They were very, I'll give them all the credit. We were very lazy. We did no research. We'd be like, who? Oh.
That's our guest? Okay.
Yeah. Do you have any notes? And yes, we'll email them to you. Okay. And back then, because we weren't on video, I could look at my computer or I'd write the stuff down. Just if something was said, I'd be like, oh yeah. I would say something from the book.
Yeah.
Oh, so you read that chapter. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my Lord. I don't even know how we got through those shows. And it seems so smooth running. I'm telling you, I have to give the ladies credit. They made us look smooth.
Yeah, they made us look great. That was for sure. You know what is even funnier was that night. So Bob and I were both on a panel, and I know we talked about it on here before because when Mark Anthony, Psychic Mark was on here with us, and when he was on, and he and him and I get cursed, and Bob was there with us that night, so you could tell it from your perspective on how I got cursed that night. But that's how I got to meet the Booth brothers and got in Children of the Grave too.
I'm telling you, I don't know. She just didn't like you guys.
Because we told her because of the Ouija board, and
I agreed with you guys though on the panel. We all agreed except for her. We're all like, the Ouija board isn't evil. It's what people, their what would we say, their energy they put into it, or
intent. Yeah.
Intent. Yeah. It's not the Ouija board itself. We all agreed on it, but for some reason it was you, especially you. She gave the stink eye too. She had that look of like, and I was like, oh. But then but later she was talking to me. She was all.
Yeah, she was fine with you. She cursed me, and all the bad curse and all the bad juju got me.
Is that what you're blaming your knee on now?
Yeah, that was probably it.
Finally caught up to you 8 years later. It was a slow.
Actually, it was almost 10 years later.
Oh yeah,
we did our show a couple years after that. So
that's funny. Yeah. So I guess that was a slow curse on you.
Yeah, exactly.
It's so funny that Pensacola seems just like the other day. I miss events like that where just hanging with people and
we had that was. We had so much fun at that event. It was so good, and and the investigation was probably one of the best investigations I ever had with a group of people.
Yeah, everybody, because at first people were kind of we're having this many people. Then once me and you got it going, it ran smooth, and everyone was excited.
And then before I screamed like a girl and ran, but before that happened, but when that happened, everybody in the room was so shocked. And then when the spirit box said the same names again, and the same things again, and we were just getting so much activity happening and so much things happening, even with that many people there. That was really incredible. So, and I didn't even ever know the building, and I didn't know anything about it. I didn't even know it was a jail before because it's a theater now.
Yeah,
but it is now. It's probably derelict, but when we were there, it was a theater.
Yeah, because you said you kept on saying that. I knew nothing about the building either. We were pretty much clueless of what this building was, and you kept on saying something about you just got this feeling like it was inmates or guards, like it was a jail. And then when we got done, we were talking with Erica and that, and they're like, "Oh yeah." Then we got the history, and you're like, "Oh, well, now it makes sense what everything was going on."
Right. Yeah, Tina Marie, I didn't run. I just screamed.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't run.
You can't run with that bad knee.
I can't see right. Thanks, Bob.
He just screamed.
I just screamed. But yeah, because I mean that thing was right on my right. I mean, it's like a pipe right here.
Yeah, it was like right between
there.
us.
Yeah, it was between Bob and I, and there was a pipe, and it just ping. I was like, I thought one of the people from our group hit it. That's why I was like upset.
They were done with us whipping pipes at us.
Yeah.
You know what the craziest thing is? That was the same event the next night. Didn't we do that? The Gray House or whatever. That guy passed out.
Yes.
Caught him, and then I dragged him into the next room. I'm like, Scotty, I got a guy down. I tell people that story because people are like, what's the weirdest thing? I'm like, this guy tapping me and going, you gotta get me out of here. I'm like, what? Then also just, and then since we're on video now, the guy his arms were out like when you see a football player get a concussion. Arms are stiff, and then his mouth was hanging wide open like from that movie.
Like dropped. It was like,
yeah, like the movie The Ring. His mouth was just like open and he wasn't moving. And then that lady was trying to take his pulse, and then he pops up, takes a deep breath. Then I got Scotty asking him 20 questions because he's getting messages,
right,
questioning the kid. And turned out that his uncle and aunt used to live there. He used to visit there or something when he was a kid, right?
Right, exactly.
I'm telling you, that whole weekend was just awesome. To meeting you in person, when I say meeting everyone, I'm not talking about like Brian and Schrader and all them and Christopher Booth. I'm talking about even the people that paid to come out were just awesome.
Oh my God, they were just amazing. Yeah.
I mean,
just in the fact that weekend we met Amy, and that was the coolest thing ever.
And you know who else? What's his name? Joe was there. Kudo. Is that how you say it? I haven't seen him since that event. That's how long.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He lived in town here with me. So yeah, Joe Kudo was there. And that was the night Tepperman was there too.
Oh yeah. Oh my God. I keep forgetting about everybody that was there.
And we went out for steak. So the night we went out for steak, and I brought this up when Tepperman was on the show. So we went out for steak dinner, and there was Kudo, myself. I think you were there, but I think you were with Rich,
Mr. Producer.
Yeah, and so Scott was there, and so we're all there. Everybody's like talking to him because he was on Ghost Hunters, and so we're eating our steaks, and it gets time to get the pay, and Scott Tepperman goes for his wallet, and it's not there. And I look at Kudo, I go, "Damn rich people, they always do this." And then he asked me, he goes, "Scotty, can you pay for me? I'll pay you when we get back to the hotel." I said, "Okay, Tepperman." I said, "You'll owe me forever for this one." Because I knew he wouldn't pay me back. I just said, "You're never going to pay me back." So we get back to the hotel, and he did pay me back. He came down with money. I was like, oh, but I thought he was just stiffing us. You know, these are fanboys.
Wasn't it the restaurant we were sitting at? Didn't Tepperman go to the bathroom or something? And people came up and asked, and weren't you saying like you were the producer or something?
Yes. Because I wasn't popular yet. I was a F-rated celebrity at those days.
Yeah, we were just
D because I got invited to an event, so that was like one of my first ones. So,
you know what's funny? That was my first one too. I had gotten talking to Erica online and that, and she's like, "Hey, you want to come up?" And I'm like, "Yeah." I go, "I'll help investigate or do the investigations and everything." And then I didn't want to go by myself, so I hit my buddy Rich Valdez. I'm like, "Hey man, you want to go for a ride?" And I tell people this all the time. My kids were younger. My boys, they were younger then. They couldn't understand that Rich and I drove 8 hours and a time zone change and never left Florida.
Right.
And they're like, "You never left Florida?" I'm like, No. It was the longest ride and never leaving one state. It's like, and people are always like, "How can that be?" I go, "Well, Florida's so long this way. And when you get to the top, you gotta go all the way almost to Alabama because we had those protesters.
Yes.
Said Scotty was talking to the devil.
Yes, they were protesting me.
Yeah, the two guys with the sign.
Tina Marie said she just saw Kudo last weekend at Rhodes Hotel.
Oh yeah, I saw that on Facebook. He was there with Jay and Teresa Lynch, Jason Arthur, and all them.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I'll tell you now. I had a big surprise this year for you. My girlfriend Tina, she had set it up to where I was coming to that event. And it was gonna where you guys are all the last year's event where she was Bob's girlfriend for half of the event until you told everyone her name's Tina.
Yeah, I know. That was Jason's event
Yes.
in in Toledo.
Yep. I was going to come. I had already got my vacation. I was coming up, but I didn't want nobody to know because I was going to surprise you because I hadn't seen you in so long in person.
And I know.
And then the damn pandemic happened and screwed the whole thing up.
That sucks because I would love it too.
Yeah, because
She said Ashmore,
oh, is that what it was?
the Ashmore event.
Oh,
That too. Thanks, Dina. Bob's girlfriend.
she's keeping us both in line.
I know. That's what we always had to have.
That's
Just
why
like our show. Just
Yeah.
like our show right here. That's
like our
amazing.
producer. Come on, guys, stay on somewhat of a topic.
Yeah. Next year, Tina says. So we'll go. Yeah, Bob and I got to see each other next year.
'Cause I think the last time I saw you was 2016 when you came into Florida for the Seven Sister with John Zaffis and all that.
Yep, that was the one. So
And that was fun
that was a good event.
because it was Rich, his wife Tammy, and I showed up late. You guys were investigating. That was awesome because you were outside talking. I went inside because I was looking for Tepperman.
Mhm.
And I see he's standing there talking, and I go, man, did you ever see that show Ghost Hunt International? It kind of sucked. He went around so fast, and he looks at me, hey Bob. I'm like, oh hey, I didn't see you standing there. But I haven't seen him since that event. I haven't seen nobody in events because there hasn't really been any events in Florida. And a few times I've been out of Florida with Tina. I've hung out with Jason Arthur, Paranormal Mysteries. I did a bunch of stuff with them in Ohio. I was in Indiana. I was all over the place. Michigan, investigating, Canada.
A year ago, I got to hang out with Jim O'Rear at his new job at Disney. So that was a year ago. Right now, I was on the cruise. So we went to Florida and we went there. And so, yeah, that's been, so, and then I've been doing, oh, and then at Toledo, that's when I filmed for their latest movie. That's when White Lightning came back.
Oh, are you the, hold on. I saw the preview for it or saw the things. Are you a DJ at a strip bar?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a great.
Yeah,
but I came up in their new film here too, Hell's Bells. I
Yeah.
came up as the DJ and I was saying how they're like rising the charts because I was like Casey Kasem. And now on with the countdown.
I think it's cool that they're doing their own thing, the movies and all that.
Yeah, I do too. I think it's really cool. And they're starting, Cruel Summer is coming out, so I'll plug them now. So make sure you go. They're looking for money. Well, hi, Robin.
Hey,
My BFF.
you got to give them a little nudge. If you're in Florida filming, say, Bob would make a good role somewhere. He got tattoos, and we'll tell him to grow a beard. He looked kind of like hey, give me a beer.
So how much investigating are you doing?
I was doing a lot with Tina going all over, but now that the Canadian borders closed and I haven't seen her in 7 months, I kind of been just hanging. I just hanging still here. I've been working a lot. We were talking about it. I got a new job a couple months ago with, a lot of people know it's called Ghost Stop. A lot of people get their equipment.
Amazing place to get equipment. They got the Boo Buddy.
Yeah, the Boo Buddy. Sean's
amazing. Sean's an amazing man.
I've known Sean. Sean was my manager back in 2009, 2010 when I was on Florida Ghost Team.
Wow.
And that's how we knew each other back then. And as the years went on, we stayed friends. We've seen each other in that at events. Down in Florida, we used to have this event called PIA.
Yeah.
Where all the people would come, different investigators, we'd share information, party like crazy, cooking. My buddy Chris does Paranormal Kicks Cancer. How do you say his name? Gurkowski? Is it? I don't know. We screwed names up all the time. But Chris in charge of Paranormal Kicks Cancer. Man, these PIAs, it'd be like 3 a.m. That dude would have the grill burning. He had steaks and people are eating, drinking. It was the best. I know it's supposed to be a ghost hunting event, but it seemed like it was more partying and drinking at night. But
that's why I like Jason Arthur's event, because he always the one in Toledo. He the night before, we always get to hang out with just everybody that's at the event, the vendors and the speakers and everybody. Then we have a cookout together. And then, so we have a whole day together for ourselves. And then the next day we do the event. So then, because during the event, you can't do crap because you're so busy.
yeah,
So we get a whole night together before where we hang out, eat, and just goof around. So yeah, it's really,
I think that's good because it's like you're like a family then. It's
Right.
not just all individual, because the next day at the event, like you're saying, I know it's bad to say, but everyone's doing their individual thing because you're doing your readings. People are selling, their items or meeting people. And I mean, at at Pensacola during the day, there's times I didn't really get to talk to you,
right.
except for when the guy was touching my damn stuff. He was turning my sound down. Bob, what's he doing over there? I go, what? The guy's touching him, man. See me go flying over there. Everybody knows I'm the easiest going guy, but you saw my face. I don't like. What are you touching my crap for?
But the other person that we got to meet at Pensacola, man, Pensacola was a good one. We got to meet George Norrie, remember?
Yeah. I will admit, I didn't know a lot of the people. Rich knew some of like who they were, and he was in awe. And I'm just like, who is this guy? Who? Rich, you don't know who he is?
Yeah,
Then
George
once I
Norrie.
realized,
Coast to Coast AM.
yes.
East of the Rockies, call this number. West of the Rockies, call that number.
Just like I didn't know who Christopher St. Booth was at the time.
I didn't know at first either, so I had to meet him. I met him through his girlfriend, Kelly, at the time.
Yes. Because we were all hanging out in the bar area that night.
Yep.
Well,
I gave Kelly a reading too, so that's why she.
Yeah. When you got back from your goth bar, then you hung out with us. But
I
yeah,
did.
he was cool. I didn't know who he was. Rich kind of knew who he was a little bit. And at the last day of the event, when we were on the floor, he comes up to me, and I can't do his English accent, but he does his cool English. It's an English accent, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. He gives me a business card. He goes, hit me up when you have room to put me on your show. I want to be a guest. I like what you do here. And I was like, oh, sweet. Rich, you know how much of an honor that he gave you his card and said, contact him when I got it. You got a spot open. I was like, me, I was like, oh, sweet. I got a guest. He seemed cool,
Right.
So,
Back
but
then, being D-rated celebrities, we were like, oh, anybody that talks to us, we're happy.
yeah, everybody. And I tell people about some of the story. It's so funny. Most of my stories happen at that event. Like the one day, I don't know where you were. I had a guy come up, and I just got my Subway sub, and the guy comes up, and he goes, he's talking, he's all weird. He's talking about he has a box. He goes, do you know what I got in my box? I'm like, no, what do you got in the box? I'm thinking that movie 7 with Brad Pitt, like a head's in it. I'm like, no.
And Saturday Night Live with Justin Timberlake hasn't happened.
Oh yeah.
It's not that in a box either. So
Yeah. Well, it was too high. If it was down by his waist, I would have been a little worried about that too. So the best part is I'm just ready to eat my sub, and the guy's asking me this. Rich is sitting at the other end of the table. He goes, what did he say? I go, he wants to see what's in your box. He goes down by Rich. I got up with my food and went away to go eat. Rich, I asked Rich too at the end. He goes, man, that guy was weird as hell. I go, did you ever open his box? He's like, no. Made me want I want to know what's in the box now.
Yeah, I know after all these years.
Yeah,
what's in the box?
So, but the 7th, I haven't really. The last thing I investigated, Tina was down in Florida here for my birthday in February, right before they closed everything. Mm-hmm. And my friend Scotty Burns and that War Party Paranormal, they got us into the Riddle House in West Palm. They do. They talk to people in that. They do events there for them. So they got the whole property because the Historic Society has moved. It's not just a Riddle House. There's a church there. There's all these different buildings that they're historic building. They want them destroyed. So they moved them to this property. So they have people you can investigate these different locations. And Tina, when I told Tina that Scotty invited us, Scotty Burns, she was like, that was on a bucket list of hers to do the Riddle House.
I know, it's on mine too.
Yeah, and it didn't disappoint because during the night, one of the ladies actually had a really bad seizure. She had her teenage son, well, 13 or something, was there, and he comes out of the house yelling he needs help. And I'm like, I'm in the church with Tina, and we're like, we come running out. So we go over there, and John Zapp said, hey, ask Tina, can you come up? I want to get your read, because she was the only psychic, the only medium there. So she went in, and he comes out, and John's like, what's your opinion? And she's like, I think it was natural, and I think the spirit messed with her. Because I have to admit, we warned them. I was in there before them, Tina, myself, Michelle, and Scotty Burns. And we were kind of we weren't provoking, but we were kind of riling things up a little bit.
Okay.
And I warned them before they went. I go, hey, just be careful. We kind of stirred things up a little, because Tina was getting messages, and whatever was there was not happy now by what we were talking about.
Right.
And then boom, it barely happened. 5 minutes later, this lady was down on the ground. She had to be literally, I had to go inside to get her down the stairs. She was on the second floor. She leaned against me, and I held her weight and just walked down the stairs so she wouldn't fall, because she couldn't, her body was shaking. She couldn't, it was a pretty messed up event, but things happen. If you've been investigating, weird things happen. Well, I'm going to tell you, you hear all the weird stuff, you and Tina.
Yeah, we do. So what do you think? Okay, I like to ask this question now, especially the ones that we've been doing investigating for all these years. What's different now than it was back then? Good and bad.
The good is some of the equipment that's coming out. It's not even equipment. I see people trying way more stuff now than they did back then. Everyone stayed to a script what was exactly on TV.
Right.
People are now they're still using some of the stuff on TV, but they're using those SLS. They're using the portals now. I mean, they're using all. And like I've always said, I don't think there's any wrong way to investigate. You can bring out whatever you want. And one day, Scotty, I'm a guest investigator at an event. I'm going to bring a magic 8-ball and screw with people. Go, hold on, let's ask a question and shake the 8-ball and look, try again later. I go, I get that a lot. And see what people are like, does that really work? I'll buy stock in it. But that's one of the good things with all the.
I'm going to my ADHD now. So we were at, you weren't at this one, but we were I was at Gettysburg, for phenomenology.
Yeah.
And so we were there, and one of the guys was like, how are all the girls coming up and talking to you? I said, well, because I'm a medium, and they want to know stuff. And I said, so you could do it too. And I had how my wife always sold the belly dance scarves. So I had a belly dance scarf that I was wearing. I was being Zoltar for the night. And then I said, why don't you be Zoltar? And he goes, I can't do that. I don't have the gifts. I said, just have your phone and I'll stand by and I'll text you. And then you give them the message off the phone. And so he did. And all these girls were coming up to me. He's so happy. And then I got caught in another conversation, and I hear him go, Almighty Spirit, where'd you go?
Oh my, the great Oz, where are you? The great Oz.
and then I said that I texted stuff that the girl says, oh, you're getting readings from Scotty.
Freaking Scotty.
So the gig was up. Okay, so trying stuff. That's the good.
That is funny. Well, I don't really see, the bad we talked earlier, it's the same as before the drama and all that. Just, I don't know why people got to compete against each other. When we did our show to Buzz, I never thought about, at the end of the night, we never talked, man, do you think we beat out that other show? I didn't give a crap. I had fun.
I still don't. And that's why I'm still doing this, because I have fun talking to people and just enjoying and making conversations and keeping friendship together,
I always tell people, they'll ask me, they do a show and they're like, man, I only had 10 viewers or 11. And I go, did you have fun doing the show? Yeah. Then who cares? Who cares? One person.
Right.
I used to say when I did my paranormal wavelengths, I was happy. I had fun with the guest, whoever I had on. And I said, if one person walked away getting some information from my guest or me, there you go. I didn't care. But,
and I still don't. And that's the cool thing about it. I agree, is I don't understand why people think that haunted places are theirs.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't understand that. And but the more you can, like Bob and I did even that night, the more you can go back. And if you go back a month later, a year later, and you get that same voice saying hung again, that to me would be amazing. Or you
Yeah.
go now and you still get hung, the spirit's still around. You know what I mean? So that's what I think that's what we're missing in the field is that not only peer review, but peer evidence that would validate, things that other people have done.
Yeah, I've had people tell me, "Oh, I've been to this one place and the same exact thing happens over and over. I think it's just a residual." That would be awesome. When people say, "Oh, like a soldier or something," I'd be like, "I don't care if it's a residual. It's an experience. It don't have to be a intelligent haunt or intelligent spirit talking back. Just seeing part of history playing in front of you would be awesome. I do have to tell you something. Tina's gonna laugh about it because I told her about it. I activated my Amazon Prime to watch the TV show The Boys season 2, and I forgot when I had it last year there was a paranormal show on there, and I didn't think it was real, but it is. It's called Paranormal Porn Stars. I had to watch it because I'm like, hold
Is that
on.
on Amazon?
Yes.
Good. Sorry. See you later, Bob.
Show's over. We're done. Well, I
Get
watched.
the sucker up. Gotta go. Got my remote.
But I admit I had to watch an episode just to see, are they really porn stars? They are really porn stars, and they got these poor porn stars are stuck with some schmucks like me and you walking around with them that are really bad. Hey, this looks like a thing. The girl's talking. You see the guy just staring at her like he's probably watched her video before they came. But that's the one thing I don't like about the paranormal field is sometimes I always joke around with this with people. The YouTube channels that are making it, like they have tons of followers and all that, either the people run around like idiots banging into each other and not even doing real paranormal investigating, or they have the women wearing very scantily clothes and all that. Over the years, I know a lot of women investigators that are freaking awesome. And guess what? They're not half dressed. They're dressed normal and they're awesome investigators. They're awesome mediums. I met a lot of, because I know that's one thing in the paranormal field that I think has changed. When I first started into the field way back, it seemed like it was more male heavy and like women were just kind of there. But I've seen lately that the women are having more of a voice, it seems, in the paranormal field.
They just need more voice everywhere. So
I think everybody should have a voice, whether you're 1 month in or like me and you, we've been doing it for decades.
Yep.
I think everybody's voice should be heard. And even if it's something dumb that you already knows, not already been debunked, how does someone learn? They don't,
exactly.
That's
right. Devin brought up the fact that we were talking about psychic strippers the other night. See, the show just plays on. It's always
you guys are behind. It's already happening with the porn star. I don't know if the strippers would make it.
And I'm talking about guy strippers too. So I mean, they're both types.
Chippendales. Well, Scott Grimwald did when he did that TV show. He stripped down naked with the nudist people when investigating.
You missed that too, Bob. I was talking about that. I was with Shadow Hunters who we're on now. We investigated in Peoria at the old hospital there, and I investigated in my underwear.
There you go.
That's my underwear.
Were they tidy whities?
No.
Oh, thank goodness. They were probably Ghostbuster boxers, weren't they?
No, I didn't wear them that night, but I had a good pattern on.
Oh my God, that would have been better.
They're boxer briefs, so everything stayed in place. And
I don't know if you've ever met Tim Yancey.
Oh yeah, I know Tim.
Like we joked around about TV shows. I had a TV show called Paranormal Turf Wars because we were talking about the locations, people acting like it's theirs.
Right.
And Tim Yancey had one, I think it was called Paranormal Dumpster Diving or something. It was so stupid.
But I created Ambush Paranormal. and we were talking about it the other night on Greg's show because we did that at Tim Miley's event in Appleton. We did an episode of Ambush Paranormal where we would ambush people and just go in and just don't care about them. Don't tell them that you're coming to investigate. Just go in and break
Did you do
into
that with
the
Joe
room.
Chin?
Yeah, we did that with
Yes.
Joe Chin.
I remember that.
We did that with at Morrisonville Lodge.
I would have, with Scott Grimwell walking down, I would have had my door locked and like a dresser in front of it because
It was Grunwald and me. We had the cameras out and we went into one guy's room and he was naked because he was slept naked, and we jumped on him and the covers came off and we saw him naked and we're like, no more.
yeah.
Show
I see-
over. Goodbye.
I can see, hey, I see orbs. Scott, stop teabagging him. Get out of there.
That was funny. But yeah, so Ambush Paranormal is that. And what's funny about it, we created a page, I don't know how many years ago, but every week since then, we've gotten somebody to like that page. Don't know how, don't know where they find it, how do they look it up, but Ambush Paranormal shows up. It's so weird.
You can't do that nowadays. You'll get shot.
Right, I know. Now it's like,
They'll think you're working for Trump. You're the federal agent throwing people in vans and taking off.
I've been telling everybody the unfortunate thing with my gray hair and my face and how I look and now I'm forgetting things. I kind of look like Joe Biden.
Yeah, but you're more with it though. He's a little, at least you know what day it is, and
Almost. Most of the
Almost.
time.
almost.
Some of the times I forget. He has Devin in my class today. I forgot stuff and I'm going. And then I had that weird smile. The Joe Biden smile.
That looked like a smile, like you got to go to the bathroom or something.
You see, I'm not going to get into it, but the funniest thing I saw this week was Joe Biden waving to a field of nobody.
Oh my God.
I got the Joe Biden look. I don't know what's going on, but I do.
I'm glad you're doing good though. With the knee surgery and doing
I had eye surgery. I had neck surgery.
dude, you're gonna be like the $6 million man.
I know I'm getting there.
Think about that show. $6 million man. $6 million, you get you like one nut nowadays. If that,
That was pretty close to what my neck surgery was. $6 million.
yeah. So funny back then. To $6 million back then when we were kids, like now kids be like, please, 6 million.
It's just like
YouTuber,
it's just
one
like
top of YouTuber.
power.
Yeah. The kids nowadays, my kids would be like, Dad, the one YouTuber, the popular YouTuber made that in one day, Dad.
Yeah. $1 million.
Oh Lord. I don't think we really talked much about paranormal, but who cares? I have fun with you. It's been a long time since we really talked.
I know it has been.
It's been a long time, but like we said, it doesn't feel like it though.
No,
But-
that's the cool thing about friendships, and especially our friendship. No matter how long it is between talking, it's just like we can pick up just like we were, there yesterday because we just care for each other so much.
That's what I tell people that all the time. I go, just because if we don't talk, it doesn't mean I don't like you. It just, in my head, all right, you got stuff going on in your life. You're busy. I'm busy. I understand. At some point, we'll connect again.
Right.
And it'll just be like we never weren't apart. So I think it was funny, though, before we started the show tonight, it felt like it was the buzz. We were getting ready for the buzz. We were just talking crap. And
I know that was so funny about it. And that's why I was so glad I found that episode on Z Talk. You can find them from when we were there, about us playing. And, so it was so fun playing that.
I thought you were going to play my part where I go,
Isn't that Haunted Syndicate?
the what?
Wasn't that the Haunted Syndicate? The band?
Oh, yeah. I think it was.
I know we had all the rights to play all their songs.
Yeah. I forgot about that. You had the rights to that.
Yeah. So let's listen. I'm going to play a little bit here just so everybody can hear Bob's voice back then. It was much higher. It was well before he had puberty.
Yeah.
Child by Haunted. So Devil Child by Haunted Syndicate.
Are you gonna do it from the beginning when I'm looking for you?
Buzz tonight. My name's Bob Cenkner, and if you have any questions in the chat room, I'm Buzz and Bob. I'm the co-host here with Scotty Rourke, and some of you know him as Spooky Scotty. Hey, Scotty, how you doing?
Hey. I'm like that Alberton. Hey. How are you, man?
I'm doing awesome.
Me too. We got a big show tonight. We got 4 guests tonight. So
4
Yeah,
guests.
we got we're only gonna talk for a few minutes here. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Some people might think it's awesome. But starting right off at the 9:15 hour, we're gonna have Wanda Kay on from Bobby Mackey's. Share.
Oh, I want to say there, I really miss her. You know, she passed away, right?
No.
Yeah, Wanda did. So Wanda and I stayed friends for quite a while, and I actually got to investigate with her at Bobby Mackey's, and she ended up passing away. So very sad, but that was a cool interview.
Do you remember as the more I did the intros, I would do where I go, Scotty, what corner of the room are you in? I can't find you. No one understood until the one guy one day was talking. And he said, well, where are you guys located? And you're like, well, I'm in Wisconsin and Bob's all the way down in Florida. Then people understood why, because they all thought we were sitting in a studio together.
Right.
That's how smooth it sounded, which was awesome for back then.
I know. I mean, just listen. I mean, this is cool.
And some experiences and different evidence and just everything. If you haven't been to Bobby Mackey's, she's going to let us in on the inside information.
yes, and then we have the Screaming Eagles on with us tonight. So we have 2 of the members from that team with us tonight. So we can't wait for that.
And then that's at 9:45, and the 2 members are Tommy and Chris. And then at the 10:45 hour, our third guest, because we are just squeezing guests in like crazy lately.
See, everybody's Lord for love it.
Messing with the buttons. You do that all once in a while. You
I
hit the
cannot mess this name up. It is Jeffrey Allen
Dallinick.
Danilek. Sorry, there's my handwriting.
derelict. That's
It was
me.
awesome.
See, there you go. Bob messing up names.
Yep. And nothing's changed. I'm still messing names up nowadays.
That was pretty good. I mean, we had all the sound effects we used to have in the show.
I know you were like a little Ferris Bueller at your keyboard.
All the time. I was able to bring all kinds of sound effects in. And, oh, your girlfriend says you haven't changed.
Oh, of course. She has to.
She has to, for Christ's sake.
You haven't changed. I can't spell for diddly squat. That's one thing like I was telling you, I work at Ghost Stop. I have to type to people sometimes. And I admit, sometimes I have to go like this. I talk into my phone. All right, good. That's how you spell the word because it didn't look right to me. I'm bad. Hey, when I went to school, you're not that much older than me. They pushed us through. If I was close enough to passing, go.
Get him out of here. Get Bob out of here.
Yeah, we don't want Cenkner in this class, this grade anymore. Move him along.
Yeah, there was no holding back. I don't ever remember.
Yeah, there was no participation trophies. It was either you won or move on. We're done with you.
Oh my goodness, man! It's been a lot of fun years here.
Well, hopefully the pandemic thing gets done. I'll be up north to see you guys as a couple of events.
And now that I do readings full time, I can spend my time figure out how I can come down and hang out with you guys too.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Even though we're like the hot state now, which I don't understand. I don't like, if anyone's listening and think, oh, we're really downplaying it. I'm not downplaying it because I know my girlfriend Tina had the COVID-19 and it was very scary at the times. I've known some other people that have passed away in the paranormal field. I didn't know them personally, but I knew them through Facebook and stuff.
I knew them.
Yeah. And it's like, I take it serious, but sometimes they're saying we're out of control in Florida. My son works at the one hospital as a transporter, and one of my consumers' dad works at the other big hospital in my area, and there's nothing going on here.
Right.
They got people coming in testing positive, but they're like us. They're showing no symptoms or anything.
Right.
I just don't understand it, but
Right. It's harder for the people with the pre-existing, because
yeah,
you show that, and that's the unfortunate thing. So, you can pass it, but like here in Madison's shut way down. I mean, we haven't even got out of phase one because
really?
yeah, now the university came in, and 3 out of the 4 of all the cases and then we've had hundreds and hundreds a day are from the university kids, and none of them are in the hospitals, thank God, but they all have it. So
That's
that's
weird.
tough.
In Florida here, everything, if I want to go see a movie, it's not fully open, but I can go see the new Bill and Ted or
No
the
movies here.
yeah. The only thing that's still pretty locked up is there's only a few restaurants that you can actually sit in. What they did, I was at a Texas Roadhouse. I went with my son to celebrate my new job. I got my first paycheck. So I'm like, we're gonna go. I hadn't eaten out in forever. So we're gonna go to Texas Roadhouse. And it was at full capacity. What they did was each booth, they built plexiglass around, so you were almost like in a cubicle.
Oh wow.
The waitress, you had to wear a mask into the restaurant, but once you got your table, you could take it off to eat. All the waitresses, the bus boys, they had masks on. But yeah, the food was freaking awesome. I was excited eating in a restaurant, but that's only one of the, there's only about maybe 2 or 3 other ones that allow people in their lobby, like
That's
to
the
sit.
one thing, that all their restaurants are open, but you can only sit at 25% capacity.
Yeah, that's what a lot of the other ones are still at. But I don't know. I just don't understand with all these protests that go on. You got 1,000 people shoulder to shoulder, but there's no spikes in those cities. I'm like, how can that happen?
Right.
So
I always
I'd
wonder.
like to get-
See, now, if I'm president, oh wait, I'm not Joe Biden.
oh, that's right. There you go, Scotty Rourke.
John
Scotty.
Kachuba and I wanted to run this year, or it would be Rourke and Kachuba for president and vice president. You could do a lot worse. That was our slogan. You
Well,
could do-
was it Kanye West gonna run or something?
I think he's still trying. So I don't know.
Oh, well, that's nice.
That's craziness.
Oh, how long does this go? Just till 9, or is it 2
Yeah,
hours?
to whenever we're done talking, which is
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure. I looked at the time. I'm like, oh crap, I didn't even ask any of that. I was glad when you said
because we're so used to doing 3 hours together that it's like, well, we can do whatever we need.
well, yeah, I could hear on the 10:45 hour, like what he was saying. I'm like, God damn, we did it that long back then. And you know what though? It went by quick though.
Right.
That was the weirdest thing.
And then the cool thing, Coast to Coast AM started it right after us. So
Yeah. It was the weirdest thing that it didn't seem that long. That when we get done, I'd be like, oh man, we're already out of time.
yeah. Oh, Devin says in 50 to 25% cap in Ohio for restaurants.
Yeah, Florida's a little more lenient. We got everything. I actually went to
Disney's open, for God's sakes. That's why
Yeah.
I want to come down there, because there's like 3 people in the park.
I went to Universal Studios over Labor Day weekend. We have season passes that are still good.
Yep.
So I asked the kids, I go, do you want to go? And they were like, yeah, let's go. We wore our masks and that. They were at 50% capacity. And by 12, all the rides were almost 2-hour waits. I'm like, how the hell can this be? So the kids, because we didn't pay nothing, our season pass, they're already paid off.
Right.
So it was free parking. The thing is, at Disney and Universal, I haven't been to Disney, but friends of mine have. The restaurants aren't open. They just have the carts and the little things to walk up to.
Okay.
So I would be really pissed if I was out of town and I went either to Universal or Disney, because you're not getting your money's worth.
Right.
With my season pass, I told the kids, I go, you want to stay? And they're like, no, can we leave? And I'm like, are you guys hungry? Like, can we go to that place you took us last time? I go, Friendlies? Yeah, they love Friendlies. There's only one around.
Never heard of it.
You never heard of Friendlies?
No.
It's an ice cream restaurant type thing. It's got like the greatest milkshakes.
Never heard of it. Sounds good though.
Yeah, it's really good. Here's a question. When I grew up in Buffalo, we had these ice cream trucks come around called Mr. Softies. Did you have ice cream trucks?
Yeah, we had ice cream trucks when we were kids.
But were they ice cream trucks like when I was first moved in Florida? I heard the ice cream truck thing. I'm like, oh hell yeah! I was in my parents' pool. I jumped out. I'm going to get a milkshake. And my wife at the time, she's like, oh, I'm going to get like a banana split or something. We go running out there and his truck pulls up. We're like, got our money. It was stuff you buy at Walmart, popsicles.
It is.
But up north, there was a Mr. Softy. They would make anything. Hot fudge sundaes, milkshakes, banana splits.
They were the real ones. Those were the real ones. No,
Oh my God.
We had the Walmart. We had the Walmart ones for us. So
Yeah, man. When Mr. Softy came down during summertime, dude, it had like 20 people at each driveway waiting to get milkshakes and stuff. I'd always said, man, if I could somehow rig a truck to be able to have the ice cream and make milkshakes and everything, I'd make a killing. Well, I'd probably get mugged, but hey, you have to carry a gun or something.
yeah, no. So what else is new for Bob? Anything that coming up?
I'm got my fingers crossed. They're gonna open a damn border so I can see my girlfriend. It's been 7 months.
That'd be nice.
It'd be nice. I know she tells me if it does, we'll have to quarantine one of us, whoever comes, and over. I'm like, I don't care.
He's coming from Canada. We don't have to quarantine. You're fine.
Yeah,
You guys can have it up there.
yeah. I guess she's gotten a few cases now in her little town. One of the schools, because their schools have reopened, and they had a couple cases, and her little town's all freaking out. She said now, so
Yikes.
But honestly, right now, I know it sounds boring, but I'm just working a lot. I have an awesome time with Sean Porter and that with Ghost Stop. And that's the thing I want to tell you too. Like I told you earlier, I known Sean back in the day when he was pretty much starting Ghost Stop.
Right.
And you talk with someone that you think, oh yeah, it's pretty big. In my head, I was saying, oh, he's doing, a few states and that. Dude, I got to translate French, German. I'm talking to people all over the world buying equipment.
Wow.
The Netherlands, it's Australia. It was crazy how worldwide he is. And I'm just like so proud. I was like, dude, it's not even my company. And I'm just so excited for you because I did not realize you were world.
Right.
I thought, he's hitting a bunch of states. And I always thought that was huge. Freaking people in French. I gotta copy it, put it in a translator. Oh, okay, that's what they want. Then I type back to them. And so it just boggles my mind that it become this big. It's awesome. I'm so happy someone that in the paranormal field that started from the beginning and you see the end product of how big how great it's come.
Parlez-vous français?
Yeah, no, I don't know that. I can barely speak.
I like that.
I can barely speak the English language for crying out loud.
Well, dude, it was so great to finally have you back and get you on the show here.
It's awesome. And I just say you're looking good with all the stuff. I have worried about you with all your surgeries and that. I was like, geez, Louise.
Yeah. Anytime you want to come on and co-host, let me know.
Yeah. You let me know. I'll come. You have a little screen to guest on. I'll see his head popping. Hello.
Hello. That'd be fun.
I wish I didn't see. I didn't realize until it was too late. I think the show was over. I would have loved to pop in on Scott Grinwall.
Yeah, that was a fun show.
Because last year when Tina met him, she's like, "Oh my God, he's talked so highly of you and this and that." I go, "You know what's funny?" And she's like, "What?" I go, "I've never met him in person." What? I go, he came on my show a few times. We've talked here and there, messaging.
We've had him on the buzz.
We had him on the buzz. And I told her, I go, we've always clicked like me and Scotty click. Something about him. She goes, "Oh my God, he was like in love with you. He was just so excited about you." And I'm like, that's why I was like, man, I wanted to try and come up for that event that year, but I couldn't get the time off because Tina was already going to it.
Right.
I still think it was awesome though. Yeah. Everyone knew me because I didn't tell her I know people because I'm not one of those people. Oh, I know so-and-so. She's like, "I didn't know you knew all these people." I'm like, yeah, I've always known I talk with them. And she goes, that's when she told me she was Bob's girlfriend most of the night until you stepped in, which was good. I harass her still about that. She goes, "If we go back, you're going to be Tina's boyfriend." Now I go, "No, I don't think so.
No, it'll be Bob.
It'll be Bob's girlfriend." I'll introduce her. "Hey guys. Oh, this is my girlfriend, Tina, Bob's girlfriend."
Well, I love you, man, with all my heart. You're one of my
I
dear
love you
friends.
too, man. I'm just glad you're healthy with all the stuff you have going on.
Thanks, man. Appreciate
And
it.
you're like an inspiration to everybody because everyone can look at Scotty for all the crap he's gone through with all these surgeries and different stuff. You still got the biggest smile all the time, which is awesome.
Yeah. That's all you can do. That's how we move forward. So I'm blessed. I'm honored to have such great friends. I'm blessed to be able to talk with Spirit every day. And, and I'm honored that they picked me to help do this work. So very, very happy, bud. So, all right, guys. Well, thank you very much for the show. We will see you guys next week. I don't have a guest yet. So, Tina Marie, I'm going to call you right now. All right. We'll talk to you guys later.
Bye, guys.
Bye.